What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video.
Yeah. I'm speaking truth from the cell to the streets. Did 24 years, now I'm finally free. H strong standing, no chains on me. Ex-con, ex-gang, but my soul found peace. Taught by the struggle, pain made me wise. I seen homies fall, seen mothers cry. Now I'm here to teach what the system denies. From the darkness I rose, Tupac in my eyes. This channel ain't clout, it's the scars I show. Life lessons in these rhymes so the young ones know. Dubs on the mic, watch the wisdom grow. If you walk through the fire, let your spirit glow.
I just saw a video. It's on my screen here. And it's by Compton Rick Rock, man. And it's called Streets on Fire. Rosecrans versus Alondra, Compton, and Bompton beef. It's up. And for those of you that right off the top are going to say, man, you ain't black. Why are you talking about that? When people think like that, I'm going to keep it real. You're part of the problem, not the solution, right? Gangbanging is gangbanging. And I've done a lot of time with Crips and Pyrus out of Compton. And I'm going to tell you something right now. One thing I've never forgot, and I remember even like the Blood saying this. They said the two areas, like the two types of, from the Bloods that are fully with it all the time are the Compton Pyrus and the bounty hunters out of Watts. Other Bloods used to be like, man, them dudes. And I used to have a buddy, as cool as you can be in the joint, between the Southerners and the blacks. I've talked about him a bunch of times in videos. Was I don't want to say his name, but he was a Pyru, Compton Pyru. This dude he should get drunk every night at work. And he had some issues with his, he used to run around with that two-letter group. And, he'd been doing it since 83, but he was a cool-ass dude, man. And then, let me see, I'll say this one named Thug. Thug, I believe, was from Santana Block, man. We were in Ad Sake together, New Folsom. Cool-ass dude, man. I don't think I ever, even in YA, I don't think I ever got down with a Pyro from Compton or a Compton Crip, man. They were like different, man. Laid back, but you hear about them on the streets. Really with it, right? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I encourage people to go and check out that video. Again, the channel is called Compton Rick Rock. And Compton Rick Rock in his video is taking a stance that a man will take, right? The type of stance that if he was talking to his son, that's what he would tell his son. And there's going to be people that I didn't look in the comment section because I don't care, right? But I'm sure there were people that got their feelings hurt, but he was real about it. He said people try to call him from jail. He's not answering. We all know when we do whatever we do when we're in that lifestyle, once you go to the pen, man, that's a whole different world. The streets, you have nothing to do with that. You decided you didn't like that shit. I remember I was the same way. I never hesitated. Like every time I got out knowing I'm going right back, and I did. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy with me, right? Every time I got out, I said, man, I'm coming right back. I did. But it's unfortunate, man, and I think that is probably, I can't speak for Compton Rick Rock. I've never spoke to him, don't know him, but I like his channel, and he has a great way of looking at things, man. He really does. I'm impressed by the way he looks at things, how solid he keeps it, how fair and impartial he keeps it, and he keeps it real, man. And he said, man, like, these youngsters, man, like, they're not trying to listen to nobody. But I don't think these youngsters really understand the type of time that comes with the type of actions that they're intrigued by and they want to engage in. Cool, you want to live that lifestyle? You want to be a gangster in 2025? After all these years, I say it all the time. There are barrios here in California, especially in LA, that are over 100 years old, and they're still in existence, and they're still gangbanging. I understand why people get involved in neighborhoods, man. I really do. But I think that hopefully there are people in the communities that they can point to and say, you know what, hey, that dude was a gangster, but you know what he's doing now is gangster. He's trying to keep you from following in his footsteps. He's trying to get you to understand, hey, as boring as school is, it'll pay off. As boring as being a square will be, it'll pay off. I wish I could have been as smart as some of these dudes, man, when I was a youngster, but I was full of false beliefs. I convinced myself that nobody gave a damn about me, and so I'm not going to give a damn about nobody else. And so my freedom meant nothing. My life meant nothing. And anyone else's life, if you were in the streets and you were from a neighborhood that wasn't mine, hey, you weren't going to be valued in my eyes. Luckily, I was able to grow up. And when I grew up, I realized it's not my mom and dad's fault. It's not the neighborhood's fault. It's not the cops' fault. It's not the judge's fault, not the DA's fault, not the jury's fault. You know why? Nobody could have ever sent me to jail if I wouldn't have broke the law. Man, I remember being in prison, man, especially when I first started. You know, when you first start doing your prison time, you do this thing where, you know, you trade war stories, especially if you're in a cell with a youngster. If you're in a cell with an older homie, he don't want to hear that shit, right? But if you're in a cell with a youngster your age, you guys are really, really wanting to get in the mix, you know, get involved in stuff, you know, let people know. You're also going to talk about why you got busted. And you're going to tell the story every single time how the cops were wrong. The DA was wrong. The jury, they man, there was no raza in my jury. And every time I told my story, not one of my cellies ever said, nah, fool, you're tripping. Nah, they were like, hell yeah. The same shit happened to me, homie. Hey, check this out. And then they tell you their story. And it's everybody else's fault every time. It's never our fault for making the decisions that we made. I'm trying to get away from doing a lot of the prison stuff and a lot of this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't fully get away from it because that's the foundation of my channel. I've told you guys, those of you that don't know, when I went to board, I told the board, I cannot have my greatest impact on the world being that I was a killer, that I took somebody's life. I have to be able to give back. I have a story. And so my channel, that's what it is, man. It's my way of reaching out to people, of letting people know, listen, I started going to jail at 13, man. In cell, incarcerated state time, I gave them 27 years. I'm not a guy that stood on the fringes, on the streets or in prison. I'm not a guy that just stood on the fringes and watched from the bleachers, eh? In my neighborhood, I was, let's get it. Where's it at? Just got out. Where they at? What's happening? In the joint, I was a knucklehead as well. Lucky enough, I was blessed to open my eyes, man. And I get it. I'm the fourth one in my family busted for murder. The three ahead of me that got busted for murders, I didn't learn from them. My mom's brother, he had an LWOP from Northside Monte. He had LWOP. Did, I believe, 7 years, and they threw his case out. He tried talking to me. You think a single word of what he had to say stuck in my mind? So I get it, man. But I still do the videos. I still share the story. And I still get DMs. And I still get texts. And I get messages from people saying, thank you. I heard you. I want to do better. And so that's why, you know, when people have negative things to say, I could get a million negative things. But if I get one dude saying, hey, homie, you know what? Hey, I fucking went and got a job. I'm thinking about being a CNC machine, whatever, man. But if they tell me something positive, they got something great out of a video of mine, and it made them want to be positive in their life, I'm winning. I'll take all the hate. That's fine. And I just wanted to do this video because I want you guys to go over there. Like I said, it's called Streets on Fire, Rosecrans versus Alondra, Compton and Bompton Beef. It's up, and it's on the Compton Rick Rock channel. Go check it out, man. Support that man. I like his the way he looks at things. I like how blunt he is. You know, I used to tell Vatos in the joint, when people would ask me something, people used to tell him, hey, you ask him, he's going to keep it real with you. And then people would ask me a question, and when I would answer them, you know, and I would tell them, hey, Holmes, the truth may hurt, but a lie will get you killed. I ain't going to tell you no lies, Holmes. Ask me a question, I'm going to tell you what it is. And I think that's what people, it's harder for people to hear the truth, especially now. It's weird, man. But the truth is necessary. And the truth ain't talking shit. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.